Hi, this is Garrett with IDC Woodcraft. Welcome to this quick Vectric Vcarve tutorial. What I'm going to be talking about is the offset allowance features in the Vectric toolpaths when it comes to profile and pocketing. So I got an email here from Doug who said he's doing a profile cutout. So the final pass needs to be on the inside of the cut while the actual profile is outside the line, asking me if that makes sense. And he says he guessed he didn't understand the pocket allowance. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and I'm interpreting what Doug wants to do is he wants to do a cutout on the outside of a line, and then he wants to come back with a little cleanup cut on the project. So that's what we're going to discuss here fairly quickly. So we're going to go into Vectric, and we have a rectangle drawn up on this project here, and this is a 6" by 6" rectangle. I've got a little bit of a scratchy throat, so please bear with me as I am just recording this and I am uploading it. So we're going to go over to Toolpaths, and first we're going to go into the Profile toolpath, which is the first toolpath right here. It looks like a little line is, like rectangle line is cut out of a piece of wood. So that's one we're going to deal with first. The second one we'll deal with is the pocket toolpath. So let's go to profile toolpath. Now profile toolpath is something that will cut along a profile of a shape. So when it comes to profile toolpaths, you typically need to have, if you're going to do a cutout, you have to have a closed vector. What that means is you have to be able to follow along the vector and just keep going around and around with no start or no end point. You can do a profile toolpath on a line that does have an end point as long as you are what they call on the line. Now, I'm not going to discuss this here in this particular video because I've talked about this in other videos. If I can find that one, I will put a link down below that talks about these various inside, outside, and on the line. What we're going to talk about here is just the offset allowance. So offset allowance, you see that right here in the profile toolpath. And you also see offset allowance down here. So we're going to talk about what these are. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut out this 6" box. So what we've done is we have selected outside the line. So what will happen is the router bit will cut along the outside of the line. Now I'm going to draw a little circle real quick just to show you what I mean. So I'm just going to, there we go. Let's just pretend that's our router bit. And I am going to move it in. So that is outside the line. If that's the router bit cutting around, we are cutting outside the line. Let's switch back over. And that's what that means, outside the line. Inside the line is the router bit would be on the inside of the line making us cut. So with that being said, we are going to set up so this cuts through the material. So basically in your cut depth, you can type in Z equals, and that will set you up for the entire thickness of your material. And then you select your bit. I'm going with a 1/4" flat bottom end mill down cutter. We're selecting an outside the line, and right now our offset allowance or allowance offset is at 0. So what we're going to do is simply go down and calculate. And I have to select a vector in order to calculate. So I'm going to select the square, not the circle that I drew. And we calculate, and we get this nice little toolpath showing up here. Now, if we just get up close to that toolpath, let's just kind of go that way. You can see it's kind of stacked. There's multiple toolpaths. This is making, I think, 7 passes, if I read correctly. But if you look at it straight on, it's all following a straight line down. So when it finishes cutting out, it's just simply going to cut out around that line, and whatever we get, we get. So now I'm just going to expand this out, and we'll just simply run this toolpath really quick. So I'm going to just say preview the toolpath, and that's what we end up with is this square here. So that's our finished product. So I'm going to reset that. and we're going to go back into the toolpath. And now I'm going to pick this offset allowance. Now remember, we are on the outside of the line right now. This is very important. So I am going to pick a very large number of 1 inch. Remember, this is a 6 inch by 6 inch rectangle. And you remember what that size rectangle looked like. Actually, I'm going to draw it again just so you remember the shape of this rectangle, the size of it. I click that. Let's get this picture scaled. There you go. That will come out like that. So you can see about the size of it. Now I'm going to go back into the toolpath. I'm going to go to the allowance offset, and I'm going to type in a 1. Now remember, we are on the outside. That's 1 inch offset. When I click calculate, watch this rectangle. And now suddenly it got a lot bigger. What it did is the bit is now 1 inch outside of the original position. So this rectangle is actually going to be, rather than 6 inches square, now it's going to be 8 inches square. But you notice it's got these rounded lines here. So we're going to, when we do the cutout, run the toolpath, it's rounded out there. That's by default of the way the Vectric sets up its original toolpath. We'll go back into that. We're going to set that back to 0, and I'm going to show you why we have that radius there. I'm going to calculate that. And now with the toolpath, that's the original toolpath, you can see there's a little bit of a radius there. What is happening is the bit is rolling around the corner of the project. It will actually end up being a straight square corner. When I run it, you can see right there, it's nice and sharp. So what it's doing, it has that rollover, so all it's doing is expanding the size of that rollover. So we're going to reset this to our original board. We're going to go back into that toolpath by double clicking it. Now I'm going to change the offset allowance to -1. So that's -1 inch. And I'm going to calculate again, and now look at the size. It's much smaller. Basically what we have done is when we say to offset by a certain distance, a positive number is going to offset it away from the original line. If we use a negative number, it's going to offset it into the original line, or closer to the center point. But you notice, if you look at this, we are still straight in. All these cuts are still straight down. So all we're doing is basically changing the size of the box. So this is where I believe Doug is wanting to solve this. So he's doing a profile cutout, so the final pass needs to be on the inside of the cut while the actual is on the outside line. If I'm interpreting him right, he just wants to do a cleanup pass on his project. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back in here, and we're simply going to go back to 0 on the offset allowance. And I'm going to calculate, and we get our original size back. So we're going to go back into that toolpath. Now we're going to do a separate last toolpath. We're going to check that box. And what this is going to do is going to compensate a little bit for whatever we put in there, so we can get a nice little cleanup cut in our last pass. Right now, okay, here it is. We are making 8 passes with that 1/4 inch end mill to get through the material. So right now, all 8 passes will be along the square of that rectangle that we drew, the square. Now, if we do a separate last pass, and we put in a number of, say, 0.01. We're going to leave this box unchecked. And I'm going to calculate. And now if we come in close to this, it may not have picked that number up. Let's see. It's got that. Maybe I need to do a bigger number. Let's do 0.05. For a last pass and calculate. There we go. Now it shows up. What the bit will do is on that very last pass, it's going to offset inward by that distance that we type in. And what that will do is give you a nice cleanup edge along here. Sometimes as your bit is working its way down, it wants to move away from the project a little bit. There's what they call deflection and torque pull away, if you want to call it that, where the forces on the bit, depending on the direction of cut, will move away from the cut. So that can leave some steps along the cutout edge along here. And so what you want to do is simply use that little offset just to clean that up and make it look nice. It's called a finish pass, where we're just taking off a thin amount. So just going back inside the toolpath again, we have used the do a separate last pass, and we put in some distance here. Now 0.05 is a lot. I would put in 0.01, a very small amount, just to get that clean up. And go with it like that. And you will get a nice little cleanup cut on your project. So that's with the profile. So we're going to calculate that. And now I'm going to delete that toolpath that we just created. And we are going to bring this project back out. We're going to close it. Now we're going to go to Pocket. I'm going to click that, and we are with the 1/4 inch bit. And I am going to go to, we'll say, a 0.5 deep. We're just cutting a pocket here. The pocket is cutting out, basically, a pocket. It's clearing out a recess inside the material. So pockets we typically don't go all the way through, although sometimes we do. Alright, so this one is taking 5 passes. It says right there, we're going to use 1 bit. And we want to make sure our rectangle is still selected, which it is. So what I'm going to do is simply with that, we're going to run the toolpath. We're going to calculate, and you're going to see this square. So this pocket is cut out on the inside of this rectangle here up to the walls of the rectangle. Basically, if I grab that bit, right there, it's starting somewhere in the middle and it's working its way out that way until it gets out to the edge, and it'll just run its last cut around the edge. So we're going to go back into that, double click it, and now I'm going to come down to this pocket allowance right here, and we're going to add 1 inch. Now you remember when we were doing a profile, we were on the outside. Now we're in a pocket, we're doing the inside. So with a 1 inch offset, I want you to look at this rectangle here and watch what happens when I calculate. Now it's much smaller because we told the bit to offset a positive direction, which is more to the inside by 1 inch. So now if I go back into that and I change that number to a -1, and we calculate again, it'll be much bigger. So in this case, when we are doing a pocket allowance, you remember that the positive number actually made it smaller. That means if we put in a positive number here of say 0.05 for a cleanup cut, it's not doing a cleanup cut here. It's simply offsetting the diameter of the tool a little bit so that you can fine-tune the rectangle size or the shape size inside. One of the ways or reasons you want to do this is, let's say you have a 6-inch square pocket and the other part has a 6-inch square extrusion or raised area, and you want it to insert into the pocket and be a nice snug fit. Then you can use the offset tool to make adjustments. You wouldn't want to make the pocket smaller, but you might want to make it just a little bit bigger. So make it a -0.01, and that'll make the pocket just slightly bigger than that 6-inch size that we actually drew up with this rectangle or square here. So the quick video, I didn't take a lot of time to edit it. I hope that some of this made sense. The offset allowance allows you to compensate for various sizes by very small degrees. It also allows you to do cleanup cuts, like when you're using the profile tool. So, Doug, if this was helpful to you, maybe you can donate a cup of coffee to me or something for taking the time to do this. There's a link down below. If anybody feels like this was helpful, then yeah, I'd appreciate a cup of coffee. I love my coffee strong, bold, with a little bit of cream. All right, this is Garrett with IDC Woodcraft, and I hope this little video was a little helpful for you. Thanks. Bye.